Ooh. All right. Oh my God. That DeLorean is pretty low, but this is awesome. We're at the Back to the Future event. It's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna be chatting with the cast from the Back to the Future musical and Bob Gale, the producer, co-writer for the original Back to the Future movie. So let's go check it out.
If you've never seen Back to the Future, you're still gonna love the musical, and it's for all ages. Take your kids, take your parents, take your aunts, take your uncles, take your friends, take your enemies, and they won't even be your enemies. Because if I write it in regular across, I will smudge it.
Yep. Yeah, we're here at such an iconic location. This is Doc Brown's house. Right here, this is the Gamble House in Pasadena, California. So you can come check it out and just sightsee. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Yeah. So I was able to watch it during opening night and I got emotional. I feel like this is one of the most faithful adaptations for a musical from a movie. And for you just being there on stage or even just watching, like how did it feel for you just experiencing that?
It was a pretty, like we've had some great openings and stuff, but that was one of the most electric entrances out that door at the top of the show. I mean, they were already cheering, I think, before I even walked out. So it was pretty great to walk out and, hear all that cheering and to just have to stop for a moment and breathe and take it all in. It was a wonderful time.
Oh yeah, and the DeLorean, it's like when it came out, it's just so iconic. And what was that like, just being able to just interact with it and being around it? Done.
It's one of the great entrances, right? When you come on in a DeLorean time machine and then get out. I don't think there's anything better. Maybe Carol Channing coming down the staircase and Hello Dolly. I don't know.
No. In the book, I wrote, "This is the greatest entrance."
That's right, you did. Yes. He wrote, "This is the greatest entrance in history."
Of a character, of any character in the history of theater.
It's true, and I get to do it, so that's pretty great. When I was a kid, I just wanted to have adventures, and I've certainly gotten to have one.
Oh yeah, and Bob, you mentioned during the opening night about the, if Back to the Future had another name, like Pluto.
Spaceman from Pluto.
That would have been so
stupid.
different.
It was stupid.
That's
it
no
was
good.
Just stupid. It was the comic book that the kid is looking at in the barn in the movie, which George looks at it in the cafe scene. If you're paying attention to all the little Easter eggs that we have.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, everybody at Universal loved the title except the CEO, Sid Sheinberg, and he was just on us constantly to change the title, to the extent that he actually wrote a memo that he sent to Steven Spielberg, Bob Zemeckis, and myself. He said, "Now, these are the changes you should make in the script so that we can call the movie Spaceman from Pluto." And he lays these things out. And Bob and I are finally going, "Steven, he's really serious about this. What do we do?" And Steven says, "I know what to do." And he goes to the assistant and he says, "Take a memo to Sid Sheinberg. Dear Sid, thank you for your hilarious memo of November 15th. We all got a big laugh out of it. Keep them coming." And he knew that Sid would be too embarrassed to say, "I meant that to be serious." That was the end of that conversation. And Steven, I think, he earned all of his money by knowing how to do that.
Oh yeah, and I think with the Back to the Future time travel for each of you, I just want to know, like, right now, what year would you want to time travel back to, or the future?
Well, my mom was a professional musician. And after World War II, she had a nightclub act in St. Louis called Maxine and Her Men. I would like to go back in time and catch her act.
Would you?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you're thinking about Back to the Future with the whole mom thing, right?
Yeah, I'm a little scarred from Back to the Future. I would love to go back to the 80s. I hang out with Marty. I think, I love classic rock, and to really,
You'd come back and watch us shoot the movie, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd come back here and check out the Sunset Strip and get to hear these bands that I grew up listening to like start out. I think that would be so much fun.
Well, we were talking earlier, like the bar conversation. If you had a DeLorean time machine, a personal choice where you would go back to, and then a historical choice. So my personal choice, I guess, would be to go see my grandparents And the historical choice, we said the same one at the same time, Dealey Plaza.
So the trilogy, you have the past, present, future. So I was wondering if you had to choose between which movie to live in, which one would it be?
Ooh.
I've always liked riding horses, so maybe I'd go with the third one since it's a Western. And I could, ride horses and get on a train, and that all seems fun to me.
Well, it was fun to make that movie, but one of the things that we always try to do with these movies is say, it looks like this would be a great place to live, but, as Woody Allen said, you don't want to go live in a time period that didn't have indoor plumbing.
That's true.
That's absolutely true.
I mean, yeah, living in this show every night, I would probably choose the first one. More so on the 80s side, but it would be cool to tool around the 50s for a little bit.
All right. So that's all the time I have for you guys. I just want to say it's a pleasure, and
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
making the movie, and thanks for doing the musical.
Happy
Thank
to.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. And Back to the Future, the musical, it is playing right now at the Pantages in Hollywood, and also coming soon to Segerstrom Center for the Arts in Costa Mesa, California.